Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Got a big rumour for you today, but definitely one I can believe. Is the one that Star Trek Picard saw a massive drop-off towards the season finale. It just kept going down and down and down like a linear track. Now, I can believe this from my own personal opinion of Picard, was that they take kind of, one step forward, two steps back, and it was really struggling to get anywhere. A lot of fanning about. They didn't get him. When did they get into space? Like the third or fourth episode, something like that. It was crazy. So I can definitely believe this. But let's have a look at the rumor. Let's have a look at the report. It's down below in the description box, and we'll take a look at it together. So Star Trek Picard may be bleeding viewers, is what they're saying here, as a recent report suggests audiences continually abandoned ship as the series' first season came to a close. Now, from doing the reviews of it, this is something I can believe, mainly because you'd have people at the start that were like, no, give it a chance, and the same with Trekkies, right? They kind of gave it a chance, and then they started to realise that it wasn't really doing anything, and they started to realise that the reports from Patrick Stewart saying it was going to be a Brexit and Trump allegory and stuff like that started to become true. So yeah, I can believe this. Definitely, there were people like I myself. When the first trailers dropped, I was game for this. I thought it looked cool, and then started to hear rumours, and then obviously it came out and it was bland. It was boring. Didn't really go anywhere. So I can believe it. Now the report comes from Giant Freaking Robot and their source, who claims that by the time Et in Arcadia, Ego Part 2 aired, Star Trek Picard had lost about half of its viewership in the United States. Now, again, this is something which definitely does happen. There are shows of equal quality, some probably a little bit worse. Batwoman, for instance, that has lost so many viewers, right? And these are figures which are revealed, but these ones don't have to be revealed. So again, when people say, well, streaming and direct to video and stuff like this, or the figures, they're so good, gotta take it with a pinch of salt. They don't have to reveal them. The figures, they're not independently verified as far as I'm aware. So really important to take it with a pinch of salt. Now it goes further, right? It says, according to their source, the show broke records for the fledgling streaming service when it first aired, and Americans began tuning out in March as the show lost about 45% of its viewership by the time the finale aired. And this, again, I can believe. It was a show that had hype. I was looking forward to it initially, and I know a lot of other people were. And I think just to come out and say, no, it was crap from the off, people weren't interested, that's when I would say, that's probably nonsense. But the fact that they do say, hey, look, their source does claim that the show broke records for the streaming service of CBS. Yeah, I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. Absolutely believe that. And I think a lot of people would be doing themselves a disservice if they denied that potential fact. But yeah, out in mid-March, yeah, I can believe that was about the time it started to drop off massively. Now, Giant Freaking Robots' Leanna Keane wrote, our source says that by the time the show's final episode aired on March 26th, the number of people watching Star Trek Picard in the United States had fallen by 45%. If true, this pattern matches what was seen in Canada, according to Canadian data analysis firm Numerous. By the time episode 5 for Star Trek Picard rolled around, the show had lost 30% of its audience. That was over 500,000 people who had tuned out. Now again, that's a fairly independent data analysis website. It's not something which is affiliated with anyone. I'm pretty certain you can't run around calling it, right wing or anything like that. And definitely, in terms of people's opinions, there will be geographical exemptions to, parallel thought, I guess, maybe something like that because of culture and stuff. But the United States and Canada are pretty close. So yeah, the fact that the United States have dropped by 45% and then Canada dropped by 30%, I think that is I can believe that genuinely, because I was bored. I was bored from the off, to be fair. Now, these viewership numbers seemingly provide further proof that the Star Trek franchise is currently in chaos. As reported by Bounding Into Comics in February and confirmed by the studio last week, Paramount new film head Emma Watts pulled the Noah Hawley Star Trek movie because the studio wanted to figure out what to do with the franchise. And that's the thing. Us YouTubers have long reported on these rumours, and there's been a lot of deniers, people going, no, not listening, you know, with their fingers in their ears, and yet they have now been confirmed. So when we say these things, it's best to go, well, look, I'm going to be positive about it, and I don't quite believe you, but I'll hold off and I'll believe it further down the line, or, you know, deny it further down the line. Because there's normally some level of truth behind these things. Now it continues further and says, an August 2nd rumour posted to 4chan claims that the issues within the franchise are more serious than people can imagine, as multiple projects have been proposed and subsequently cancelled before development could even properly begin. Now that's pretty obvious with the amount of crap that Alex Kurtzman has announced that has not happened. The rumour also stated that the much hyped Section 31 spin-off, which involved the Mirror Universe, Captain Philippa Georgiou, which is Michelle Yeoh, coming back in time to the present day to stop Khan from rising to power, was dead in the water. And we've not heard anything about it, have we? Where is it? What's going on with it? Is it anywhere? I don't see it. It's nowhere here. That's me trying to look for it. That's a bit dumb. I can believe it all. Now, the one piece of chaos that can be confirmed is that CBS is having trouble on the international distributor front, as an earlier report noted that Star Trek Lower Decks was released without an international distributor ready. That's worrying. That's not good. Why would you release a program which can't be distributed internationally? Why would you have trouble with a distributor internationally? You already have a partner in Amazon for Star Trek Picard. If they were super happy with your product, they would also sign up for Star Trek Lower Decks, wouldn't they? Yes, they would. And that's the thing. You know, you say these things and people go, no, you're all, you know, you're just talking crap, you're just a hater. It's like, yeah, okay, but there's evidence here. What's your point to this, you know? Now, much to the confusion of longtime fans who believed the show would automatically be picked up based on the Star Trek brand alone. And that's the thing. It should be. It should be picked up. It's an animated series in Star Trek world, right? It should be picked up. But alas, it is not. Now, showrunner Mike McMahon is towing the company line. Many have openly questioned the reasons behind the lack of distributor, as discussed by Andre at Midnight's Edge in a recent video. That's friend of the channel, Midnight's Edge. Now, I mean, there you go. Like, what do you think of this specifically? I would say, yeah, definitely, you know, a certain amount of trouble going on here. Now, this report continues further and says, right now it seems that CBS is playing the character of Sergeant Frank Drebin of the Naked Gun series, desperately trying to convince fans that the franchise is doing well, if not in a great spot. But somehow it doesn't sound right. Oh dear. Look, going back to the initial point of all of this, right? The initial point of all of this is the fact that it's dropped massive viewers, and obviously this compounds the other reports. I'll leave linked above about how it is definitely in trouble. I can believe all of this. What do you think, though? Because I do these videos and people automatically go, you're a hater, you're a hater. And that's fine, but then they do get confirmed further down the line. So, what do you think? Because I wanted Picard to be good. Like, I genuinely wanted it to be good. I promise you that. If you go back and watch like one of my trailer reactions to it, I was like, I'm happy about this. Cool. And then we started to get the rumours coming out. Then it came out and I was like, oh God, it's such a shame. And it is a shame because I really like The Next Generation. I'm a huge The Next Generation fan. Jean-Luc Picard, give me Jean-Luc Picard all day, every day. But unfortunately, we weren't given Jean-Luc Picard. So, you know, it is what it is. It is a shame. But I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments section. If you're new here, then please do hit subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a share because YouTube is screwing the channel. But thank you all so much. I've Mr. Age. Take care.